Good morning. We're going to go ahead and get started just to kind of keep us on point here. I know everybody has busy days. The chamber world never sleeps, so let me introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. My name's Tony Gallo. I'm the Director of Business Development for the Lorain County Chamber of Commerce. But more importantly, today I am the chair of NOACC. So this is my first big meeting Yeah, Wayne took me out one night and got me drunk, and next thing you know, I'm the chair. And he gets to sit in the back where I wanted to sit. We want to thank everybody who's here this morning. We also want to thank Kalahari for all their help in getting this set up as well, too. Again this year, we're having this taped, so we want to thank Steve Petty and New Image Media. Steve actually had another commitment this morning, so he sent his number 2 person here, Bill Stinson. So Bill is the individual behind the camera there. All of this will be on our NOACC TV on the website. And it should be uploaded here as soon as possible. So keep your eyes open for that, and let anybody that was unable to attend today's meeting the ability to actually see what took place here today as well too. We have over 35 chambers represented this morning, which is a really nice turnout. I know it's up from last year as well too. It's nice to see all the tables full. It's nice to see some faces that I recognize and some faces that I haven't met yet. So. Thank you for coming as well too. There is a table in the back. I know Vicki had put in a couple of the emails that were going out. She was encouraging people to bring some of your publications and stuff that you use to promote your chamber. I know I brought a couple of things back there as well too. If you do have something, go ahead and put it on the back table. I'm not sure how much stuff people brought in, but it was meant to kind of spark some discussions and see what works for you at your chamber, and maybe somebody could actually benefit from that as well too in the future at their chamber. Sometimes it's easier to not reinvent the wheel and to politely steal what works for somebody else. So we also want to thank University Hospitals CompCare. They're going to be the ones who provided the $25 gift card that you're going to get, I think, before you leave this morning as well too. I know gas has gone up and up and up, but hopefully $25 still made it worth your drive out here. We did some quick math, and I think we've tried to figure out who was coming the farthest. So you may not make anything on that $25, but hopefully it at least helped to defray some of your costs as well too. It's through their sponsorship that they also were going to be giving away an 8 megabyte jump card, a little handy stick for your computer as well too. So. Yeah, everybody's going to get one of those as well too before you leave today too. I do want to introduce the rest of the NOACC officers for 2012. Shirley Workman, who is our treasurer, she represents the Akron Boards of Trade Council. Shirley, you want to say hi? All right. We already mentioned Steve Petty. Steve is vice president and also represents the Warrensville Heights Area Chamber of Commerce. He's not here. We have Liz Manning, another vice president, who also is from Rocky River Chamber. The man, the myth, the legend, Wayne Lawrence, immediate past NOACC chairman, my best friend for life now, who represents Beechwood Chamber as well too. And actually, Virginia Haynes, who was our secretary from the Wellington Chamber, she's unable to attend, and she unfortunately had some changes in her schedule in which she resigned, I think, earlier this week. So we do have a position that's open. If anybody is interested, it is the secretary position. It allows you to meet with the board on a monthly basis. There's nothing too difficult about it. It's taking some minutes and making sure that we all keep track of what we talk about at our monthly meetings. If you are interested, please let Vicki know, myself know. We would love to have somebody represented from an area that is not represented too well from the chambers yet as well too. We've got West, we've got East, we've got South now with Shirley and Akron. So if you're interested, it's about once a month we do get together, and it's a great way to actually get to know the other chambers out there and to really get involved with what NOACC does. So by all means, please let us know if you do want to take advantage of that as well too. We do have some vendors in the audience. I do want to introduce them as well too. Our friends at Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I know I saw Don Knife, and I heard Debbie Boot introduce herself to somebody. Is Laura Ostrander here as well too? There's Laura, okay. If you guys want to stand up or wave. FedEx Partnership, Harry Senta. I don't know if Independence Business Supply, okay, he is here too, Doug Broom. I mentioned University Hospitals Comp Care. We have Laura Schoenfield and Mary Owen. Wellness Council of Northeast Ohio, Steve Musgrave. And Steve wants to make a real quick announcement.
Watch your emails. You are going to get something about workers' comp, 5,000 grant giveaway for companies under 50. It's a good opportunity. And another thing, we're having 4 free seminars for people to participate in. It'll be in an email pretty soon. First one is in June. Trying to get a group together because our grant application was not funded by the CDC. They said if you get these people more involved, maybe in the future if you ever have money. Thanks.
Thanks, Steve. And we have somebody from our Extra Value Program, Cloud9, Trent Milliron. And now I'm going to introduce Laura Schoenfield from University Hospitals Comp Care, who's going to give a short sponsor message.
Sure. Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. My name is Laura Schoenfeld, and I'm a senior account representative for University Hospitals Comp Care. I've also brought Mary Owen, she's one of our nurses, to help you answer any questions you may have about what an MCO is, or what we do, or with the upcoming open enrollment, all the complexities, if we can help simplify that for you. I've been asked to help clarify that. So you should have a handout in front of you, a couple handouts. I'll first start with, what is an MCO? How many people are familiar with what an MCO is? Good, good. What about what an MCO does? Good. Well, basically, MCO stands for Managed Care Organization. Back in 1997, the Bureau of Workers' Compensation outsourced the medical management of workers' compensation claims to MCOs. So we are in charge of the medical management, the medical component of workers' compensation. Our approach is team-oriented. So we have case managers, we have account representatives, and we have provider billing reps, all assigned to particular employers. And we help simplify the processing of the workers' comp claims by having that one team assigned to each employer. Who gets involved with the workers' compensation? There's so many different parties involved. You have the Bureau of Workers' Compensation, who administrates over everything. You have the doctors. The individual injured workers choose their own doctors, and those doctors basically direct the care of those patients, but it's all directed through the managed care organization to make sure that the treatment is appropriate and necessary for the allowed conditions. Injured workers may have attorneys. Of course, the employer gets involved. It's their injured worker, and they have their own third-party administrator or their own representative when it comes to the legal administration piece. And we're in the middle, the MCO, holding it all together, trying to get all the information together, working with the injured workers, working with the employers, working with the Bureau to get the claims processed quickly and easily. There's 3 main responsibilities of an MCO. The first one being reporting first reports of injury. Once notified of an injury, the MCO collects all the information necessary for the Bureau to make the determination on the allowance. So we're contacting injured workers, we're contacting the employers, we're contacting the doctors, we're gathering all this information. Sometimes injuries get reported straight to the Bureau, but it's the MCO who's gathering the information together for the Bureau to make their determination. The second main responsibility is medical case management. And this is at the heart of an MCO. It's the case management. It's making sure that the treatment these injured workers get is appropriate and necessary for the allowed conditions on the claim. And we are there to ensure the safe, timely return of those injured workers back to the workforce. And finally, the third responsibility is the medical bills processing. So with all the treatment being authorized, we're there to pay the medical bills for that treatment. And that gets adjusted according to the fee schedule that the Bureau provides and processed to make sure that the bills are paid for what was authorized and nothing else. Also included is a little form on frequently asked questions during open enrollment. It gets really confusing this time of year, or every 2 years. Open enrollment only occurs every 2 years, so it's every other year. It's only for 4 weeks. And you have the opportunity as an employer to change MCOs. Again, it indicates what an MCO is. We handle the medical piece of a workers' comp claim. The open enrollment period is only every other year, and it's only for 4 weeks. This year, it starts Monday, April 30th, and lasts through May 25th. We are an MCO, and yes, we are affiliated with university hospitals. We're a provider-based MCO. So we have the network of physicians at our fingertips to ask for specifics, get expert opinions, reviews, referrals if need be. It doesn't cost anything to have an MCO. There's no cost involved. There's no payment from an employer to an MCO. It's directly paid for from the premiums the employers already pay the state. Another topic on here is third-party administrators versus MCOs. They are separate and unique. Third-party administrators represent the legal side of a workers' comp claim, and they manage administratively for the employers, while the MCO does the medical piece. And again, employers can have separate MCOs and TPAs, and in fact, it's meant to be separate as a system of checks and balances between the two parties. Because if your medical management is done by the same people that do the appealing of that medical management, it's kind of a conflict of interest. Other than that, are there any specific questions? We have goodies up front, more handouts, more information if you're interested. We also brought information on our corporate health network, which includes some drug screening and post-accident information as well.
I want to just mention, what happens if they do nothing?
If you do nothing, you don't have to do anything and you remain with the same MCO. If you decide to change, you have to sign an open enrollment form, which will be provided, or is found on our website. We are currently updating our website. It's on the handouts to have information available come Monday for the start of open enrollment. Any other questions? Yes.
It was
you like executive director of the chambers to do in the chambers?
Well, we'd like to get the word out to all the employers, to let them know that it is open enrollment, answer their questions if they have any questions, and just try to get everybody on the same page as just joining, adding the business, you could get more business in through UH versus other MCOs. It's just all about cooperation.
And we'll be providing information.
And yes,
NOACC will be sending out information.
there's more information to come.
How many MCOs could the person be looking at? I'm just a little confused on that. How many exist?
Yeah, back when MCOs first started, there were over 50 MCOs. Now, today, there are only 17. And not all of them are local. We're based in Cleveland, Northeast Ohio,
Did you cover the whole state?
but we do cover all 88 counties. We have certified providers in all areas as well. So it's pretty widespread.
What would be the benefit to our membership then, if we're sending out the information about the MCO open enrollment? I'm assuming it's for all of these 17 MCOs, we're all doing open enrollment at the same time.
Correct.
What is the benefit to them to look at a new MCO?
Well, the benefit would be we are a NOACC preferred, the NOACC preferred MCO.
But that's not a benefit to them.
Our main, we pride ourselves in our excellent customer service. So again, our approach is team-based. Those employers are going to get a team of a nurse assigned to them. They're going to get an account rep assigned to them, and they're going to get a billing rep assigned to them. So they have that one team working on all of their cases. We become familiar with any of the injuries that they may get. All of our medical review gets done by a nurse.
Could it possibly change their premiums, the workman' comp premiums? By looking
In
at
the-
other MCOs?
No, the premium is going to remain the same. The premium is based on their injury activity, their history, their experience of injuries, what kind of injuries they get, how severe they were with how much lost time they've had. So that's what the Bureau uses to calculate their premiums. There's not an extra benefit or an extra surcharge for an MCO. It's all based on the kinds of injuries they have. But you would hope that with the right MCO, that we can manage the treatment in such a way that we can get them back to work sooner and curtail the amount of the excessiveness of the treatment that they're getting, and making sure that the patients are getting what they need, but not more than what they need.
One more. If we send out a flyer or an email to our membership telling them about this, do we direct them for questions to you?
You can, yes. I have business cards up here.
Okay.
I have, I can stay around afterwards for direct questions or other questions.
I'm just
And we'll
concerned.
be sending some.
Oh, you'll be sending
We'll be
us
sending things out. We're not allowed to send it out before open enrollment starts, so
Okay.
come Monday,
Yeah.
we'll be getting this stuff.
Yeah, I'm just sure, I'm not sure I understand it enough to be able to answer
Sure.
the questions.
Right.
So I'd like to be able to direct them to somebody that.
Yes, and our toll-free number is on the handout, on the slides, the first slide there. And our website will have information as well. And again, I have business cards up here, and I can stick around later for more questions.
Thanks, Laura.
There's more questions.
Go ahead.
Okay.
The chamber is located down in this area, Huron. Are the physicians and the medical facilities that you offer pretty much Cleveland-based?
No. Just because a provider isn't a UH provider doesn't mean we don't work with them. That's a great question. It's a misconception that with our MCO you have to go to a UH doctor. You don't. The injured workers have the right to choose whoever they want for medical care as long as the doctor handles workers' compensation and is BWC certified. So that's across all 88 counties, and we have contacts with all of those hospitals, all of those doctors as well. I deal with out-of-state hospitals as well, on the borderline cities that go to Pennsylvania or West Virginia for treatment.
One of the things that might be good to point out for some people that you're talking to, members of the chamber, is if you get somebody who has a detailed case, it's really good to have at least a relationship going on, someone you can talk to, because this can become a very, very time-consuming and difficult task for the people in there. I speak from talking to some of the people who dealt with some of those cases.
Yeah, absolutely. Having one person to contact if something happens, it makes all the difference in simplifying the procedures and everything to get this process
You want to
smoothly.
take one more quick question and then?
Okay.
Are all MCOs affiliated with a place like University Hospitals, or are they
No.
independent?
Yes, some of them are independent, some of them are tied to a third-party administrator. I believe we're pretty much the only one that's provider-based, meaning hospital-based, having doctors, associate medical-based. Many of the other ones stem from insurance companies or law offices or things like that.
Work with the employer.
Correct. Right, that's why we like to point out that the conflict of interest with having those kind of third-party administrator conflicts. Okay, I'm here later if you have more questions.
If you have any individual questions, just see her over here in the corner. So. I introduced myself to them earlier, and I said when I first started with the chamber, one of my biggest confusing aspects was the MCOs. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know what it meant, and I didn't know why I should be promoting it. So it can be a little bit scary this time of year, every 2 years as well too. We do have a little bit of business we need to take care of. We need to accept the minutes from our October meeting, which was the Bright Star Award that we held this last year at the Hyatt Regency at the Cleveland Arcade. Inside your green folder, I believe, are copies of the minutes. If you want to take a real quick minute to review them so we can get them actually approved. See if there's any corrections to them, if you see that you were there or not there, if it's in there. If not, we're going to go ahead and accept them. Hearing no objections, any changes? All right, with that, we will automatically accept those minutes then too. While you're looking at that, there is the treasurer's report in there from 2011 as well too. If there are any questions on that as well, if not, it will be filed for audit. I do want to point out that almost $60,000 was distributed last year to all of the NOACC chambers. As that was through our programs that we offer, Anthem, Benefits One Group, and Independence Business Supply. We have a new member that also is a new benefit that is going to start adding to those numbers as well too. That's our FedEx program Yeah, the partnership. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Harry. Make sure you pick up a pen from Harry. They're great pens, Harry. In order to get your share, make sure you sign up for that program as well, too. It's been one of our fastest growing programs that we've offered through NOACC. It is a great savings to your chamber members. It is a great benefit to have and to make sure. You never know who in your membership is actually FedExing things on a regular basis, and there can be a lot of money saved through that. So make sure you stop over there and talk to Harry before you leave as well too. Do I need to ask for a treasurer's report okay there, Vicki? Or
It's just fine.
it's automatically filed for audit, okay. With that, we do have one new chamber that we need to approve. We have the Upper Sandusky Chamber of Commerce. Are they here today?
Yes, they are.
Yeah? Well, do you want to stand up and wave? And
Sure.
oh, she was asking all the questions. See there? Jumping in with both feet, I like that. With that, if I can get a motion to approve Upper Sandusky. We have a motion in the back. Can we vote? All in favor say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? With that, we want to welcome the Upper Sandusky Chamber of Commerce. So, and I do want to remind everybody that we're 125 chambers strong. We have approximately 30,000 members. And we are still the largest independent chamber association in the United States, and I think that deserves another round of applause there as well, too. With that, I'm going to turn it over to our fearless leader, Vicki Hawk, who will give you a NOACC update.
Thanks, Tony. And really, thank you, Laura. You did a great job. It is the most confusing subject we'll probably all face. The Bureau doesn't do a really good job of explaining MCOs. And because it's such a short period, such a short window of time for you to do anything at all about this, we're not allowed to give you information before the actual events happen. So you will be contacted probably as an employer, but also your employers are going to be getting calls and mailings, and stuff will be all over the place over the next month through the course of May. So if you have any questions, feel free to call us. It is worth your time to tell people to choose University Hospitals CommCare as their MCO. We did a lot of research when we selected them as our provider. We feel really comfortable with the high quality of their care. It is a little confusing because people think that their doctors are taking care of them down in Upper Sandusky, but they're not. It's your doctors, wherever you are taking care of it. They're just, as Laura explained, managing it. They're managing it from afar. The Bureau set the system up that way. We didn't have anything to do with it. But again, we'll be getting information out to you so that you can give it out to your members. You'll have to do it probably by email because it's obviously missed your newsletters and things like that. But anything you can do to help people, just send it to them. They'll answer the questions. And it's just a smart thing to do to get people involved with a really high quality MCO, somebody or people that we're really, really comfortable having. Because again, they're very objective. They don't have any conflicts. They just have medical a team in place to help you and your employers with these decisions. So I just wanted to point that out again. It's such an important part, and yet we only get to do it every 2 years. So that was my first update. Okay. What else? Oh, and don't forget, all the enrollments have to be in by May 25th. May 26th doesn't count. May 25th has to be done. One of these days we're going to do a whole MCO seminar because the stuff I've learned over the years about them, how they have these big trucks and they come down and they pass the files back and forth to each other. You don't even want to know, but the Bureau has it all worked out. It's just important to select a University CommCare for your MCO. All right, let me move on here. The Anthem Chamber marketing plans and funds for 2012 have been distributed, and a few chambers have asked questions, but not nearly enough. And the plans are due on Monday, Monday the 30th. So if you still have questions, if you still have issues you want to resolve, a lot of chambers have asked, well, how can I get somebody from Anthem to attend? First of all, let me point out, Don Knife, stand up. Debbie Boop, stand up. And Laura, of course, will also help. But these are the people that will be happy to help us get that message to you. So if you have an event or an activity that's part of the marketing plan, you'll probably see one of them come. Debbie, she's new, but she's more than willing to come. She's our Western representative for the Western Chambers. I was going to introduce you later anyway. And then Don does a lot of the stuff on the east side of the state. Nancy Kazenko is missing today, and she does a lot of stuff in Akron. But these are your experts. They will be happy to help you either man a table, come to an event, but we do need to coordinate their schedules. So the chambers that have been asking about that, just keep on asking. We'll figure it all out. But put those ideas into your plan so we can get them on the books and work from there. And you have money. There are actually chambers that don't ask for their marketing money, and that's kind of crazy. So we have, as Tony said, we've distributed about $60,000. Most of that has been the Anthem Marketing Fund, so please ask for that money, and I'll help you, and Anthem will help you. So we want that. This is all about you letting your members know that they're going to save money, so really you're helping your members if you tell them that you have Anthem and there's this plan and program in place. So everybody wins. So be sure to make those plans available and I'll work with you to make them get them in on time. After they get reviewed, because Laura and I usually sit down and look at things that Anthem will not sponsor things like golf outings anymore, or fireworks displays, or beer booths. They're kind of into wellness. So we look for those kind of events and a chance for Anthem to deliver their message. But anyway, after the review, then those funds will be distributed after May 30th. So count on getting the checks then. Okay, what else? Oh, am I doing that? Yes, Margie.
I have a list of all the chambers and the monies that they have for the Anthem plan. If somebody wants to come and ask.
Oh, okay, great.
I forgot what we got coming.
Great, and yeah, we can always send that to you too. We literally have only gotten, what did you say, 16 plans in so far. So if you're not one of the ones that have sent them in, make sure you get them in by Monday. And, this is the most exciting part of the program. This is where we are going to distribute the funds from our Win-Win Derby last year. So we thought this was the best place to do it because the chambers that are not going to get money today are going to be so jealous. And they're going to want to do this in the future. And I think sometimes, we get new people, or I know how busy you all are. Sometimes those papers just fall off your desk. I totally understand. We're probably going to do something like this again. I don't know when, I don't know how, but our goal here is to find ways to get money back to you, and obviously in ways to help you promote your chambers and the programs that we offer. So to make this dramatic presentation, I'm going to ask the chambers to come forward who are in this room. Now these chambers all participated in the Derby. There was 36 of them. And we promised that every chamber that participated was going to get at least $100. So that, in some cases, pays for your membership in NOACC. Larger chambers, maybe not so. But the second half of this program was a second $100, and that's what this is today, the second $100 for participating. Many chambers did a lot with this program. They really, hyped it up. They really talked to their people, and some of you may not have done anything at all, but you still participated, and that was a good thing, because now you're getting $200, well, $100 here. So quickly, I'm going to read your names. You come forward, get your money, and we'll move on. Akron Boards of Trade Consul, Jim Doss. Come on down, get your check. Wayne Lawrence, Beechwood Chamber of Commerce. Tony, maybe you want to help me here. Berea Chamber, Judy Grody. Chardon Area Chamber, I think Chardon has to be picked up by Jim. Jim Proud, do you want to get Chardon's money? Chesterland Chamber of Commerce, Kelly Monaco. $100 buys coffee. I mean, that's something. Euclid Chamber. Is Sheila here? She was going to come. Oh, good. Sheila. Last minute RSVP. Thank you. Garfield Heights, Gabriella Husniak. Heights Hillcrest Regional Chamber, Angie Pullman. I think these checks are made out to the chamber, so you probably can't cash them before you get home. Huron Chamber, Sheila Earhart. Lorraine County Chamber, Tony Gallo. Middlefield Chamber, Lynette Bramley. North Ridgeville Chamber, Dale Knoll. North Royalton Chamber, Marie McNally. Oak Harbor Area Chamber, Valerie Winterfield. Ottawa areas, is Amy here? I didn't see her. Oh, she must not have made it. Well, she's getting money. She's a new executive director too. Port Clinton, Laura Schlachter, I didn't see. Oh, Laura, there you are. Rocky River Chamber, Liz Manning. Seneca Regional Chamber, or it used to be Tiffin Chamber, but John Detweiler. Karen Tursek, the Western Lake County Area Chamber. You see, we're getting all sides of the state here. This is really cool. Willoughby Area Chamber, Nikki Matala. Okay, a round of applause for all these chambers. Yay! Now, I won't ask you if you didn't participate, but you know who you are. And next time, just sign the paperwork. We'll help you with it. Just make it happen, and money flows. So do that. We actually have, and I hate to say this, we have our top winners that we're going to make a presentation on now too. And I really feel bad because there's actually a couple chambers in this room that would have won if they had just signed the paperwork. But then, the other chambers that got the money are much happier that you didn't. So either way, everybody wins. All right, so, and I don't know, Laura, did you want to say anything all about the Woodland Derby and how that works? And are you going to save your remarks for later?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Laura did a lot to help us put this together, and of course, Bill Ryan. Bill, wave your hand too. A lot of people don't know Bill, but Bill's kind of the genesis of the NOACC program and really started the whole thing with Anthem. So he did a lot to get this thing off the ground, and we're really happy to, I didn't pick up the checks. Okay. I do have a screen that shows the winners, but I don't want to, I couldn't make this, I have a new computer and I couldn't figure out how to make each line come in as the winners appeared, so I won't show it to you until the very end. But actually, Margie, could you come up here and help me with this? Because I would like to read you the statistics as we're doing this, and then once we finish the stats, then you'll see how it happened that sometimes a very small chamber, I just buried this, how a very small chamber could have won in front of a very big chamber. And, oh, come on. What are you looking for? I'm looking for the list of the money. This? No. Oh, hold on. That's what I get for taking too much stuff with me. Well, maybe I won't be able to give it to you. Oh, maybe it's in here. In my special pile. No, that's... Well, darn it. All right, I guess we can't do that way. So let me just start by giving you the winners. Keep looking, it's like a list, and then I can give them the stats. Okay, in number 8th place, winning, I believe it's $100. That was my list, I had everything on it. So yes, winning $100 is the Oak Harbor Chamber of Commerce.
I got it right here.
Oh, that's good, but that's not what I was looking for.
Well.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, yes, they do deserve applause. Okay, number 2, Ottawa Area Chamber of Commerce. Amy, who's not here. We were expecting her. Number 3, winning...
That's 4th place.
Oh yeah, there's 2 chambers that couldn't attend today, so we jump up to 4th place, which is the Seneca Regional Chamber. John Detweiler receives $500. Woohoo! Come on, get your money.
Where is this?
Again, this is a good example. Not that Tiffin's or Seneca is a large chamber, and John's making it grow, but he has a very small Anthem group, and that's why I wanted to read the stats for you. You know, the number of contracts they had versus what it improved to, and the percentages, just put them right there at the top 4. All right, now the real drum rolls are for 3rd place, $1,000, the Rocky River Chamber of Commerce. Hey. And here's another good example. Even though the Anthem program is from 2 to 50, a lot of brokers have heard and are working the program that's above 50, which is a 1% discount. Not a lot, but when you're talking about millions of dollars in healthcare costs, 1% can be, as Don Knife pointed out to me, $1 million client could be saving $10,000 with 1%. So that program is growing, and she got a really large group, and it just took her over the top and really increased her percentages to win. All right, number 2 is the Akron Boards of Trade with $2,000. Yay! Congratulations. Now this is a very large chamber, yes, a very large chamber. They cover the whole Akron region. You can go, says Jim Doc. Their percentages are higher because they have a bigger area to cover. But it was harder for them to get up there because, again, there was, you know, they're serving a much wider area. So they already have a big group of people, and it's harder to grow it that way. And our big surprise, he never expected this. I didn't expect this until I rechecked the figures. But the number 1 chamber who won $3,000 is the Lorain County Chamber of Commerce. Tony, where's your money? Where's your money? Where's your money? Because we are at that time of year that we are going to be approaching the workers' comp enrollment plan or program. I do want to alert you to that. Now, again, some chambers in this room do not use the NOACC providers. That's perfectly okay. Some chambers use the NOACC providers in addition to somebody else that they might use. That's okay too. Those are all contracts you can figure out individually on your own. We happen to think Benefits One Group is a great program. We highly endorse them. We think they're a great TPA, or third-party administrator. So if you have any questions about it, take the questions to them directly. They'll help you market it, because these programs are also designed to help you make money. There are chambers that are making thousands of dollars with the workers' comp group rating program, either in our program or another program. When the Bureau created this program years ago, it was with the idea that sponsoring organizations like yourself should make money to help market this, because you are helping your members save money on their workers' comp premiums. Again, it's a complicated subject. We try to make it easy by giving you information, and if you have questions, please ask. And as we approach that time of year, June, July, and on, ask these guys to come and speak. Many chambers do that. And it really is a big value to your members. I don't care if you don't, even if you don't ask Benefits One to speak, have somebody come and explain why they should save money on workers' comp premiums by being in a group. So do that for your members. After that, Independence Business Supply. We started with our office supply program. Doug Broom is in the room. A couple of years ago, it's been growing. There's a lot of competition out there. They are a local Ohio-based program, and they ship across the country. So it doesn't matter if you're in Tiffin or Upper Sandusky or in Lake County or wherever you are. They provide free delivery, and there's no minimums, and their prices are great. And get testimonials yourself, but the chambers that have been using them have told us great stories about how they have saved money. And then again, the chamber makes a residual on that. There are a couple other office supply programs out there. We did a lot of comparison when we started this program, and we have to say that we felt the Independence Business Supply program was the best. Other programs are more well-known, have a higher visibility, but we thought the kind of program they offered was the best. So look into it. You have to sign up. Your members can get the discounts whenever they sign up, but the chamber should sign up too so that you can get the residual. And FedEx. I think we've heard a lot about FedEx already, but again, this is a growing program. Harry, I can't thank you enough for doing what you do, and it's a well-known name. I still predict that it could actually be bigger than Anthem one of these days, because if everybody uses FedEx, the kind of money and the kind of opportunity to save money directly, like in other words, you do it tomorrow. Not everybody shops for health care, or insurance tomorrow, but they do and might need freight services tomorrow. So this is an easy one to pass along to your members and get them saving money immediately. And then again, there's a residual. If you sign up as a chamber, you make money. And we just got our first complete year of checks. It's about $400 or $500, but we're going to take that money and again share it back with the chambers. And hopefully that's going to grow, because Harry works with associations that are making thousands and thousands of dollars. So we want that to happen here too. And then the word spreads, because I know Valerie had told us that the last time we had a session in Oak Harbor, she had a small company that's just with 2 shipments saved more than their chamber membership. So if you can provide that kind of savings, wow. I mean, just don't forget, these are things that are real. All right, I don't want to take too much more of your time. We do have other vendor programs. All the information is on the website. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it, but we have credit card processing and payroll processing. The newest thing we started last year, however, I'm going to take 2 seconds here to tell you about, is our Extra Value program. Now, we've talked about this at the last 2-3 meetings. In your packet, by the way, I decided that you should see the application so you can see yourself what we're offering any one of your members. Anyone, literally, probably could get involved in this Extra Value program. It was designed so that it could be done regionally. I mean, maybe the Lima chamber members are not going to use somebody that's in Lake County, and vice versa. So you might have, we always go back to Wayne's towing service. Wayne, you still have that towing service. But there might be a towing service that works like a 3-county area. Well, they could become part of this program. They pay a fee. They enter the program with the idea that they're going to be saving chamber members money, and possibly making a residual for the chamber itself. And in this room today, I have to point this out because he's here to talk to you. If you'd like to ask him afterwards, I'm not going to give him a mic, but I warned him he couldn't talk, but he could visit with you, is our second vendor in our extra value program, and that's Trent Milliron, and he's with Cloud9. Isn't that a great name? He's with Cloud9. They do IT services and phone services and things that he can help you with. You at the chamber itself save money on, but your members can save money on it too. And then there's a residual built in for a chamber, and obviously additional savings for their members. So all that information is on the website. Trent will be happy to talk to you afterwards about his particular program. That's why he came today. But this is a great way for us to start building. We could have a whole directory of services and businesses that are offering discounts and savings to your chamber members. We have no idea. This could become huge. This could be the biggest thing NOACC ever does, is to offer these kind of programs that are real hands-on, real local, help you determine if you as a chamber could go into this program and say, okay, I'm going to offer those 3 guys and let my members know about it. And then you can pick and choose. There will be no rules, so to speak. They'll be on the NOACC website, and again, any of your chamber members can participate in this program. Every time we get a new vendor, we'll send out the list to everybody, so it'll be a constant reminder to people of who are the vendors that are in this program and how you can, work with them and how you can save money, earn money, save your members money, and that I expect that program to get really huge in the future. So take a look at that application. It's online. There's actually an online application that duplicates that, but that's the printed version, so you can pull it down if you wanted to and hand it to one of your good friends that you know would be really good for this program. So it'll be up to you. And I'm going to take this back to Tony. Okay, Tony. Thank you, everybody.
Give me the mic. I'm so shy, talking as well too. So, with that, I just want to. We're going to be following up and kind of ending things here shortly, but I do want to talk about a couple of things that your board has been working on a regular basis. The biggest one is healthcare reform. Those are, some scary words and what's going on. And our friends at Anthem are going to speak here in a minute. They're not going to talk about this, but I am going to let you guys know as the NOACC members that your board has been working diligently, at least since I've been on the board, which is going on 2 years now, not knowing this big scary thing is going to be taking place out there, and we don't know where it's going to wind us up at. Obviously, chambers have been able to add something to their bag of tricks that they are able to provide to their members through the discount that we offer through Anthem and through that has brought in a lot of members. You saw the percentage of growth, you saw the lives that are utilized through just chamber members, and this is a huge, huge thing. So there's some scary things out there, at least from what's going on out there that we probably don't have a whole lot of ability to change. It's going to happen one way or the other. But I did want you to know, right now nothing has happened. Obviously things are status quo, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for NOACC, it's a good thing for you as a chamber, and it's a good thing I think for the folks at that back table at Anthem, just because right now status quo, nothing has changed. So there are some things that are out there that we're actively aware of, that we're actively waiting on. The biggest one is the Supreme Court ruling. Not sure what that's going to mean when that does happen. We've talked about it. Anthem has talked about it with us. Bill Ryan and USI has been very forthcoming with us as well too. So there are changes coming. Obviously, depending on what happens with the Supreme Court, we can't make any decisions, or nobody can make any decisions until that happens. Number 2 is the fall election. If our president that is currently in there stays in there, then things will more than likely continue to move that route. If we get a new president, it may change as well too. So again, number 2 is that. The future of our existing distribution channels, these exchanges, what does it mean? How it's going to affect how people buy insurance? If some of the stuff is repealed and other stuff goes forward. You know, I'm not an insurance guy, but I know more about insurance in the last year and a half than I ever thought I would. So, you know, those are all important things. Again, I just want to reiterate that your board is working for the benefit of the chambers as well, too. We have been in discussions with USI and with Anthem and with the NOACC board as to new models. Maybe there's something new out there that may benefit the chambers that either hasn't been looked at. So there's been a lot of discussions as far as that goes as well too. And there are major components that come online in 2014. How that will affect us in 2012 and 2013 is still up in the air. And there's a lot of things that we don't know until we keep creeping along here. So, again, I do want to point out Bill Ryan and the folks over at USI have been fantastic consultants for us and on our behalf to make sure that we as an organization through NOACC do what's right for our members as well too. And Anthem has been very forthcoming and very helpful. John Cooper and the folks over there have been very good at keeping us briefed as to what their thoughts are and where we're all going to wind up. And they are committed to us to make sure that they are the health provider of choice, at least for the immediate future and hopefully for a long time into the future as well too. Barring no changes, you know, we hope to have a long and healthy relationship with Anthem as well too. There's a lot of strategies, there's a lot of meetings that will be coming forth. Hopefully I didn't scare you, anybody who was worrying about or wanted to volunteer for the secretarial position. You know, it's a lot of good talk, and knowing what's going on out there makes you a better chamber exec, I'll tell you that much, and it makes you that much more able to answer the questions that your members may have for you as well too. So any questions on that? I don't know if I can answer them, but I thought I'd at least kind of give you a brief update as far as that goes as well too. No? Okay, good. So I'm going to move on to something that I do like to talk about that's non-healthcare related, which is, oh, yeah, Don Knife. I'm sorry, Don, I'm supposed to introduce you now. And
They do have a few words.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to give them a chance to talk. So Don and Laura. Oh, Laura's going to do it. Okay. First, okay. If you haven't met Laura Ostrander, let's give her a warm welcome.
Thank you. Vicki had asked us to come and talk about healthcare reform today, and we pushed back a little bit and said there's not a lot that we can talk about. Tony did a really great job of summarizing kind of where we stand, but as soon as we hear back from the Supreme Court, which we're thinking is in June, we will be ready to do the chamber circuit, as we'll call it. If your chamber is interested in having John Cooper or Kevin Hinkle, our RVPs in the area, come out and talk to you about the status, what's happening, what we foresee in the future going forward, we'd be happy to do that. And we probably will get on the agenda for the October NOACC Board of Directors meeting, whatever we're doing with that, if we have time. So it's not that we don't want to say it, but I don't know that there was a lot to say at this time. So Tony did a great job summarizing, and I'm going to talk about some things that are a little bit exciting. The marketing part of it. If you haven't noticed, Anthem has changed our logo a little bit. So we used to have the Anthem, the cross and the shield, and then underneath it said Health Join In. And they, of course, I don't have a very good visual to show anybody, but it's a little bit different. It's Anthem, and then the cross and shield are a little bit smaller, and then underneath it says Blue Cross Blue Shield. So they really wanted to put the words Blue Cross and Blue Shield with the logo for a little bit more recognition. So as that happened, we are in the process of updating all of our marketing materials. We have till about 2013 to do it. So over the course, you'll start to see brochures and pamphlets and signs all get that new logo treatment. But Vicki and I have been working to get some new logo material, some new NOACC materials, and I do have a new brochure that it's co-branded with NOACC, and I got it last night, and I was diligently trying to print it out, but I didn't get to do that. So we'll get some new ads out there, some new banner ads, web ads, printed ads, a brochure. I don't know if you'll do a direct mail piece, but the free quote form, all that is going to get a new look and feel. So Vicki will get to send that out. We also have been doing the chamber articles. I'm not positive if everyone's getting them, but they're very business-related and health-related. So May is high blood pressure month, so we do an article on high blood pressure and how you can help your employees, stay in check and different things you can do. So I just wanted to say, if there's something you need on a marketing level, like, hey, it would be really cool if I had a letter to put with my free quote form, talk to Vicki about it and we can get something created, or there's a direct mail piece you wanted to do, or there's some broker in your chamber who's interested in doing some co-op marketing with you and you need some help on it. We're really anxious and want to help you with that. So, bring those requests to Vicki and we will try to make them happen. I'm going to introduce Don Knife, and he is a Northeast Ohio sales rep, and he's going to talk a little bit about some of the changes to the Anthem plan that are exciting that you might want to know about.
Thanks, Vicki and NOACC. Thank you, Chambers, for inviting us here today. At Anthem, we are proceeding full scale ahead as if healthcare reform was a given. As a large company our size, we don't have the ability to wait and see what happens with the Supreme Court decision or with the elections. So we're making changes right now to position the company for healthcare reform and to get in place for it regardless of what happens. So there are changes going on within the company, reorganizations, product changes, et cetera, that are being made. I wanted to mention a couple of changes that are occurring that will affect small group, 2 to 50. So it will affect some of our chamber groups. On August 1st, our plans are all changing. It's an entirely new portfolio of products. It'll be replacing the old product portfolio. These new plans will fill in some of the gaps of the old plans, and the pricing will be in more even steps, so that it's a little more rational as you go from plan to plan. It should be an improvement over what we were doing before. As groups start renewing on August 1st, they will be moved over to the new plans. As part of these new plans for August 1st, there will be an item included in there that's called Women's Essential Benefits. This is part of healthcare reform. August 1st, new plans will have well woman visits, screening for gestational diabetes, HPV testing, sexually transmitted infection counseling, HIV screening and testing, contraceptive methods and counseling, breastfeeding supplies, support and counseling, domestic violence screening and counseling. Those items will all be included in your coverage as of August 1st at no cost. There'll be no deductible or no copayment for that coverage. All Anthem groups that start renewing on August 1st will have those coverages added to their plans as well. So going forward after that, each group will have those coverages added. This is a huge increase in the level of coverage for women, so it's a good thing. The other item I have here, this is not healthcare reform related, but it's an item that will affect small group and that you may have some interest in. We have always had an expatriate plan, a plan that will cover people, workers that are working outside of the U.S. It was small and it was managed by the National Blue Cross office in Chicago. It's been reformulated under a company called GeoBlue. GeoBlue is now providing those expatriate plans for just about all of the Blue Cross plans. So if you have workers and they are working outside the country, you can now cover them under basically a Blue Cross plan. We can cover foreign workers, foreign nationals, as well as U.S. citizens. And the benefits are very good. They're comparable to what you would have here. I've looked at them and they've got 0 deductibles up to like 5,000 deductibles. You can cover your spouse and children on these. There's a network actually available in these foreign countries of hospitals and doctors. The doctors are English speaking and they've been trained in Western hospitals. There's also a concierge number, an international concierge number, where you can call and get help walking you through a foreign health system. If you need anybody, or if you have employees that need this type of coverage because they're working outside the country, feel free to contact us. We can get you more information on it and pricing on it. These plans are available down to 2 employee groups. That's all I had. Again, thanks, Vicki, and thanks, Chambers, for inviting us today. Debbie Boop. Debbie's our newest member, and she works in the Toledo area with the Toledo Chambers.
Great. Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. When you think about superheroes, who do you think of? Superman.
Superwoman.
Superwoman. There we go. My kids love the Powerpuff Girls. I know, kind of dating myself. Well, I just wanted to reiterate some of the things that I heard this morning. Again, my name is Debbie Boop. I'm relatively new with Anthem, although I've been in the industry 23 years. Started when I was 12. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We really are here to add a value proposition to what you do for your members. You can be the superhero for your members. I was listening to the Avengers spot this morning on the radio, so it kind of got the theme going. But as I was hearing what Vicki was talking about with all the value, when I was watching the checks being handed out to the different association groups, I'm thinking to myself, this is what a superhero does. They bring value to their groups, right? So what we want to do, Don and I are here as resources for you. Please invite us to your chamber events. Please let us know what we can do to help you to promote the programs. We don't want to come in and, take over the presentation, but obviously where there is a value for you. And so we look forward to working with each and every one of you. I'm so happy to be part of the Anthem family. And again, I work in Northwest Ohio. I look forward to meeting all the chamber associations that I'll be working with. Thank you.
Thanks, Debbie, Don, and Laura. Appreciate that. Now we'll get on to the fun stuff, I guess, huh? Obviously, they'll be here afterwards as well, too, if you have any questions directly regarding or in regards to Anthem or healthcare as well, too. With that, we do have a fun event that we are planning on kicking off this year. It's a chamber night at the Indians. I know back in the day when the Indians were selling out Jacobs Field, Progressive Field on a regular basis, it was difficult to get individual tickets. And I know a lot of chambers, I know we did quite a few of them, chamber nights involved with getting a large group. Well, this is going to be a NOACC chamber night. It's July 26th. It's going to be against Detroit, our rivals up north, and it should be a very, very nice night. If you haven't been there in a while, they actually have something called the Budweiser Party Deck, in which we're going to have access for all the chambers to purchase tickets and have everybody in the same area. We're looking at it as a great way to network with our sister chambers and with all the other members there as well, too. I know it's not the cheapest night out there. It's $45. It does include your food. It includes non-alcoholic beverages. It includes your ticket to the game as well, too. And because NOACC is promoting this, you as the executive director automatically receive a free ticket to attend. The idea is to have you be there and hopefully have a group of your members be there as well, too. Right now, we have high hopes. We have 250 tickets right now earmarked for NOACC and our chambers to participate on this as well, too. The first chamber to sign up with 20 tickets actually gets 2 free tickets to an additional game up in the club. If you've never been up in the club seats, it's actually a really nice place to be, especially when it's a little bit cooler or the sun is shining on you a little too hot as well, too. So again, the flyer is just basically for you to mark the date on your calendar. Vicki's going to send out information for you to be able to order tickets and to do that step as well, too. If you know that you want to get the 20 tickets and take advantage of those club seats, send Vicki an email today, and whoever gets that first email, you can do it right now from your smartphone, and make sure that you get those tickets, the 2 additional tickets as well, too. Part of what we found in talking to other chambers is that you guys and we as chamber people like to interact with other chambers. So this is one of those ways for us to interact with one another on a very social basis as well too. And we want your chamber members to be there as well too. So we have good hopes for this. Hopefully it's something that we do on an annual basis as well too. And I know we've gotten some good feedback from a couple of chambers already that are planning on taking advantage of that as well too. So with that, we'll move on to marketing your chamber. This is the continuation of the Join Your Local Chamber marketing that we did last year. The board has met with 2 separate marketing organizations to help take us to the next level and to continue on that as well too. We did see some good results, and we got positive feedback from the chambers that we're able to see and take advantage of the Join Your Local Chamber campaign. Hopefully you know what that is. It has been positive feedback for us. For those of you who don't know what it is basically we went out of our way to just get some word out there through magazines and articles that just say join your local chamber. They weren't branded for any particular chamber. It was just basically for those businesses out there to see, you need to join your local chamber. You need to take advantage of what that chamber has to offer. So we're hoping to take it to the next level here very shortly, and you should see some additional marketing things and hopefully things that will be done so you can put it on your website and take advantage of it, and for you to possibly brand it for join your local chamber, join Beechwood Chamber of Commerce, or whatever particular one there is. Shirley?
Tony, the Akron Boards of Trade Council would like to be the first.
Shirley, you got it. All right. Well, the 20 tickets is done. We're committed to it now. God bless Shirley. So I have to check my smartphone though, Shirley. Somebody might have come in under you though. And then finally, the Bright Stars event in the fall. We are actively looking for a location to hold that. I know last year we held it at the old arcade in downtown Cleveland. I know there was some talk at one of our meetings recently to hold it at the new the aquarium down there on the flats as well too. So we've gotten some good feedback from people who have gone to that, and it'd be a good way for chambers to get into utilize and view that as well too. So stay tuned on that. We have to make sure that it's available, but we are looking, that'll be our next big NOACC meeting as well too. So with that, I guess we're gonna just talk. I know we don't have a whole lot of time if you're able to stay. Vicki, do you want to do this? Okay, I'll let you do that then.
I'll try not to talk long. My phone says it's 10:53, and we had allocated 20 minutes for this, so we're going to have to talk fast. Sheila actually started this whole thing. Sheila from the Huron Chamber. You said, why can't we share publications amongst each other and see what everybody's doing? And I see all of your publications as I visit and everything, and I'm thinking, but it really is a fantastic idea, because so many times you don't realize what the next best idea is. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, there are some samples back there, but I thought we should just have some table talk. Quickly, maybe go around and give your best idea to each other. I know we all do newsletters. We probably, hopefully, all have websites. But maybe there was something new you did this year, or maybe you're working with a new vendor to do something that you would like to recommend, or maybe it's just a new app for your phone that you think is going to be the next best thing for your chamber. Take the next 5 to 10 minutes. If you absolutely have to leave by 11, we understand, and if you do have to leave, that's when you'll pick up your gas card for one per chamber, but everybody gets a 8 meg jump drive to take home with them, which, by the way, is, I think, bigger than the computer that they sent the man to the moon on. I read that somewhere. It's bigger than my last 3 computers. Anyway, so it's a great addition, so make sure you get that before you leave. Everybody gets that, a gas card, 1 per chamber. Anyway, so talk. I was going to give you at least a few minutes to do that, and then afterwards, let's go around the room and just have a quick capsulize what you learned from each other.
And just in case people do have to leave, I'm gonna challenge you to something real quick too. The people at your table right now are doing the same thing that you're doing. I would suggest that you trade business cards, you would trade an email address, and get those people on your email list. Get those people getting your publications and receive their publications as well too. It's very simple to do. I will tell you right now that myself, Wayne, and Liz from Rocky River, we tweet to one another, we send Facebook updates to one another. We know what's going on in each other's chambers. And I'll tell you, when you know somebody is doing some really good things, it challenges you to do better at your own chamber. So sometimes you do need to see what else is going on out there, because it will make you a better chamber exec to know that somebody else is doing some really, really either unique events, they're advertising, they're promoting their luncheons, their business after hours in a very unique way. And with that, I'll shut up. So.
And if you're at a small table, join in on the table. Okay, go. Talk amongst yourself.
And I'm going to go to this table first since they're so close to us. Do you have any ideas you would like to share with the room?
Good morning. We were just talking, sitting with the university hospitals ladies and Cloud9, so I was basically learning more about their services and getting an idea of how the MCOs really work, because I'm a small business owner with just me, myself, and I. There are 3 of us, but it's just me. And obviously don't get to participate in workers' comp, so I wanted to learn more about it for my chamber.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. And that's important. Okay, this table. Valerie.
I guess I really didn't have, maybe this might be a new idea for some of you in the room. It really wasn't for us. But the chambers here at this table, we're relatively close to each other. And what we started a couple years ago is we meet with each other monthly and we exchange ideas amongst each other instead of just doing this once or twice a year. And we also coordinate with each other to do events or do things that we wouldn't normally be able to do by ourselves. So if you have chambers that are fairly close to you, maybe set up where you can meet once a month or once every other month and get ideas from each other instead of waiting for events like this to happen.
Absolutely. Many chambers have done that in the past, and it is a really good idea to remind people to do that. Okay, this table. Akron.
Go ahead, Jim.
Come on, Jim.
As they say, there's no new ideas under the sun. One of the ideas I want to steal from these guys is they had a video horse racing night. It was a fundraiser. They brought a company in that actually did canned video horse races, the betting windows and everything. That's something I think we may want to try.
Okay. That's fundraising. It's really fun fundraising. All right, this table. Come on, Mike.
I just walked over here, my table left. So we didn't really have any ideas, but we as a chamber,
Wait a minute, Wayne, wait a minute.
Well-
There's 2 hot people right now.
we are taking a different approach entirely on how we market. The reason you should belong to a chamber. And we learned this actually going down to CCEO this year, and we had someone kind of give a presentation. You know, we always market. You know, we've got networking events, we've got all these other events to get together, you can market, you can save money, those are always good things, but you know, we decided that, we kind of looked at why do people support not-for-profit associations such as American Heart Association, or whatever they believe in. They do it because they believe in the actual mission, whether or not it touches them personally, they believe in the mission and the work. So we just launched a campaign where we are talking about, to our community, the reason you should join our chamber is because you believe in the mission of commerce. You believe in building community. You believe in income tax, creating services. You believe in all those things because you're a participant in the community, so therefore that's our mission. And actually, we've gotten a lot of good positive feedback, so we're trying to reach out to those. You know, we've got a lot of companies in our community. We're trying to reach out to those who can't make a personal connection to, you know what, I don't have anyone to send to a networking event, or I can't use that benefit, et cetera. So we're saying, okay, well, do you at least believe in our purpose and what we're trying to do? So, you know, we'll let you know in October how it comes along, but, you know, we got a direct mail piece going out next week, and we're going to really try to push that. And we also hope it's going to help retention, because we shared back there, you know, you add 100 members in a given year, or 30, and then 28 leave you, or 98. So it's constantly, we're trying to bring in new members, et cetera. So we're hoping that some of those will retain simply because they will write the check, because they believe in the overall mission, just like they do for other not-for-profits. So that's it.
I'm Kathy Toll. I'm your newest member from Upper Sandusky, and I've been in the position just a little less than a year. June will be my anniversary, and probably the most important thing that I have been able to accomplish in that year is joining NOACC. Just being able to network with other chambers, share ideas, just having that resource is probably going to make the biggest impact on what we're doing in Upper Sandusky. So thank you all for becoming my newest friends.
Thank you. Can I have that testimonial written down so we can put it on the website? All right, Sheila, I know you're the only one left here at the table, but.
We just talked briefly about, with Wayne here, I'm sorry, Doug, I'm thinking of Wayne, the value of some of these companies who offer a re-rate program. We are, I don't want to say fortunate, but we don't have a local Huron small-town office supply company, so we've opted to use independents. And everyone that I've been able to tell about it, when they check prices, they always beat prices, and they're very good. They don't have a minimum. So we, instead of talking about publications, we talked about that. But it's just another way of making your members realize that you're out there working for them to save them some money. And as Wayne said about the mission, I think the mission is to help them in any way you can. And this is what's working for us.
Thank you. Mary, Jim? I know, I'll give you the mic and you'll finish up with it, huh? Okay, how about this table? You know you're going to get this job.
Well, actually, I wanted Sheila to talk because the event that these two ladies collaborated on sounded amazing. It was an economic development program, correct? Okay. My little tidbit was we're launching a chamber app for smartphones. We're working with a company called Kick in the App. Easy to remember, huh? They've been delightful to work with. We're launching it at our expo, which, by the way, is sold out. We're so excited. May 3rd, 3 to 7 at the Hilton Garden. But anyway, I would really like to let Sheila tell about her program because it was awesome.
I'm Sheila from Euclid Chamber of Commerce, and Karen Tersek at Western Lake County Chambers and I have collaborated on our golf outing the past couple of years, and it's gone really well. So we've taken it a step further, and yesterday we had our first, hopefully, annual Business Development Expo. We had a panel of 7 speakers from, Larry Bender, the head of Cuyahoga County Economic Development, COSI, GC Greater Cleveland Partnership, Lake County Port Authority, Employment Connection. We had a really great panel of speakers. Then we brought in the vendors who are different nonprofit and civic groups to provide information like NOACC, Magnet, Nortec, Lorraine County Community College, Corporate College at Tri-C, and it went really well. Really well.
Great. Sorry I couldn't be there either. By the way, I forgot to tell everybody, my daughter's having a baby, and she was almost going to have a baby today, and I was almost not going to be here. So it was my first the first grandchild. Anyway, this table.
Hi, I'm Gabriella with the Garfield Heights Chamber of Commerce, and I'm not as new as I was last year. It's been 16 months into this. And I'm very proud to unveil something that was my idea along with a teacher in Garfield Heights. And speaking of mission, we changed our mission statement to include the community, to show the community that the chamber just isn't about businesses, but we cared about the people, the schools, the churches, and absolutely everything. And what stemmed out of that is going to be Garfield Heights International Day, and it includes everybody, showing the different ethnicities and the cultures of the diverse culture of the area. And everybody was asked to participate, and it's been a huge, huge success. It happens on May 12th, but we've got the city, the mayor, and the city who doesn't want to do anything with community pretty much at this point, but we're working on them. But they've all come in to give us their blessing on it, and so we're really excited about that. It's a brand new event. Hopefully it will go on and grow from year to year and include all the businesses. And what we found by including the community is it brings in the businesses to the chamber because they see that you care about the kids, you care about the people themselves also. And that's been the feedback we've been getting about the fact that we are including community more so than just the big businesses.
Thank you. And I'm going to be indulgent here. I have 2 gentlemen here from the Delta Chamber, and the Delta has been a NOACC member for quite a while, but we haven't seen anybody from Delta. And you're a smaller chamber. I just wanted to ask you, did you guys get anything out of this today?
It was very enlightening, very enlightening. Overwhelming.
Well, you're volunteer chamber, so without staff, it is really challenging. Most of the people in this room are either staff people or they have help. But chambers have grown out of great volunteers, and obviously we all have great volunteers.
Can't do it without.
No, you can't. So thank you for coming today. And Dale, do you have any parting words here?
You missed the stage there. And
Nice.
Mayfield just did a great event. So.
Mayfield, I'm sorry, here I'm coming. One last table. And oh, I do have a gift too. We have a prize. So only those in the room get a chance at it.
I'm with the Mayfield Area Chamber of Commerce, and we every year give five $1,000 scholarships to graduating students from Mayfield High School. And we used to do it with golf outing, but we found out that doesn't clear enough anymore to do that type of thing. So I think we kind of borrowed from the Port Clinton area chamber, or at least a group over there, and I'm not sure as I can know which it was, but last week we had our first pizza burn-off. Our bake-off, excuse me. we call it a bake-off. But we found it to be, burn-off is not a great word. I actually spelled it that way once. But for the first time, all of the donors, 6 pizza companies or restaurants, donated all the pizza. And with just about a 6-7 week period from the time we started to think about it until we did it, we pulled in 160 people at $10 a head. So we'll clear $1,000, which will help with our things. So all I'm saying is keep your eyes out into who's doing what, and maybe you can borrow it if they're not too close.
Thank you. And thank you all for being here today. Feel free to keep on talking if you want to, but we are officially over. Thank you. Thank you, Tony, for your first meeting. You did a great job.